Hey everybody, good Tuesday afternoon. Coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, Eddie Williams Sellers from the majestic dining room of a little house in Jefferson Park. Good afternoon, everybody. I typically do pollen. I typically read my morning post right after I write it on TikTok, and then post it. And then as I was getting ready to do that this morning, my brother Richard called and said, "I'm at the shop. Is any work I can do?" And I'm like, no, I don't have anything. And then bless his heart, I felt bad, and I called him back 5 minutes later. I'm like, "Are you still over there?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, maybe we could ride down to the farmer's market and get a pallet of grass and put it in the backyard or whatever." So anyhow, so here it is at 1:30 on Tuesday afternoon in the middle of the day. I just got through fixing me a couple of biscuits and some gravy and getting my day started. Well, my day started, but getting this part of the day started. But anyhow, the morning post this morning, when I woke up, I sat on my sofa and was looking outside as it was getting daylight. You can tell I'm tired. I need to get a shower. Sitting there looking at the street as it was getting daylight, and so here goes the morning post from this morning. Spring fever. Spring always seems to arrive with a list of plenty of things to do. In days of old, in Cabbagetown, at 70, now days of old was when I was a young man. In days of old in Cabbagetown, people would call it spring cleaning. The short, cold days of winter have passed. Even for those of us that don't keep a list, there is always the mental list of things to get done as spring is here. Some of spring cleaning is going through stuff and getting rid of things you no longer want or have need for. Cleaning out closets. Getting rid of that old worn-out chair. Doing some painting. Cleaning windows. Getting the yard ready. Planting. Sowing seeds. And allowing parts of ourselves that have long been hid away to come to life again. Love can be in the air in spring also. Flirting seems to happen a little more around springtime. My mama was a big old flirt. We all knew it. She'd flirt with the mailman, the milkman, anybody. Mama liked to flirt. I think I take that after her. Though not as much no more, but I still can be a little flirtatious sometimes. It's fun. When's the last time you've been flirtatious? Or am I just trying to use the word flirtatious? That hardly ever gets used anymore. Go about your business. Stop all that flirting. It's of the devil. But it's fun being of the devil sometimes. Spring goes by quickly. Here we are on the cusp of April. Before long, the long, hot, sultry days of summer will greet us every morning with a warm, muggy hug. And I get a little tickled every time I can use the word sultry, because in Throw Mama from the Train, they were trying to come up with the word. And I was like, what word? He was a writer. What word? And Mama in the back of the house hollered, sultry. He said, oh, that's the perfect word, sultry. Oh, my goodness. At least it will here in the South. As the summer winds down and September arrives, I will turn 70. I called my 60s, jokingly, my Mark of the Beast years, because I made so much fun of the devil and all that foolishness during my decade of 60s. I wonder what I'll call my 70s, or what my 70s will be like. Will I clear the hurdle and one day celebrate turning 80? The jury is still out on that. I wonder, do other people think about the years going by as quickly as I do? I have noticed that I don't allow people to come and go in my life like I did in my 40s. During my 30s and 40s, my heart and mind was open to anyone. I would befriend anybody. I'd meet somebody at a bar, and next 5 years we hung out like we were the best buddies in the world. Coming into and out of my life. Now, I'm very closed off in that area. Acquaintances are kept at arm's length. I no longer feel the need for new friendships or close friends. I had that for years with Sammy and John and Kevin and Jai and on and on and on and on. So many people. A lot of them still we touch base. During those times, I needed them. They seemed to take the place of cousins, who at one time were closer than brothers. But somehow all of that kind of shifted and changed once I walked away from the church. I have always believed that God allows people to come into our life when we need them in our lives, and also allows people to leave our life when that mission is complete. That is, of course, if there is a God, in the sense of a higher source that we perceive as God. I find a lot of peace in solitude. Getting my hands in dirt is very soothing to me. Digging, planting. I love watching things grow. I love smells. Ocean smells, mountain smells, colors, textures. I think the more spiritual one becomes, the more connected they are to nature. Spirituality is hard to define, actually. Maybe it is because it is different for every person. Spirit is like a river, like the wind. It has to flow to be free. Maybe we all flow in different ways, in different streams. Maybe our soul is our source. Maybe it has always been our soul. That was the God within the whole time. Or what we perceive as spirit the whole time. Good Tuesday morning, sweet people. To Canaan land, I'm on my way, where the soul of man never dies. An old spiritual in the South. Spring is a time of awakening in the garden, in our mind, in our artistic endeavors. I knew the first time that I ate a Vidalia onion that there was a God. Yeah. The picture over on my Facebook page is one of my sunflowers that I grew last year. The sunflower may be the most majestic of all flowers. Anyhow, love y'all. Good day. I wrote a lot in the mornings, don't I? What's wrong with me getting up every morning and just thinking I'm a writer of some sort? I have determined that one of the things in this life that I am is a writer. And I enjoy it so much. Love y'all.